Today we are expanding our bossa nova by adding a percussion instrument. We went to Akai website. We wanted to generate or purchase additional expansion packs related to percussion instruments. We couldn't find any. Akai. Okay. Percussions. Search. Percussions. No results found. Okay, they've got plenty of expansion packages, but for some reason I cannot find percussion instruments. So what we are going to do, we are going to use MPC software to generate our favorite easy drums. And instead of playing another drum set, we are going to switch to percussion instruments and then generate congas and other percussion instruments that way. So it's going to be an interesting chapter, and this video kind of presents it all. Make sure you enjoy it. So what I'm gonna do next, I will go to MPC and basically generate a track what it's gonna include my favorite percussion instruments from the hard drive of the computer. So now we've got intro and we've got verse. We've got two different things going on. On the intro, track 7, we will name Congas. Okay? Since we are dealing with the same congas in the verse and the 7, we will do the same congas. Okay, of course we will have to generate some sound after that, but I'm prepping up for our recording session. Intro 8 unused, and we're going to call it percussion instruments. Percussion instruments. In a verse, we will do the same thing. Instruments. So we will have both. We will add some clave, some shakers. So we will have some possibilities of expanding that rhythm section towards something greater than it is now. Okay, let's go back to the introduction. We've got percussions. We are adding additional plugin instrument, and under that, we are going to generate our easy drummer. Okay. You may say, percussion instruments, plugin, easy drummer. The same thing. Excellent. For the verse, percussion instruments, easy drummer. And congas, easy drummer. Okay, so look, we've got on the verse, we've got congas. Let's generate easy drummer again. Excellent. So we've got congas and we've got percussion instruments. Okay, we will name them as we go because we don't know what's going to happen after that. But in the verse, we've got another congas with a percussionist and easy drummer is established. Okay, go back to intro, easy drummer in the plugin program. Main. That's it. You probably say, wait a minute, you just downloaded or add an easy drummer, but your name kind of suggests something else. And you're totally right. However, EZdrum provides percussion instruments as well. So now I'm gonna switch from the drum to Latin Cuban percussion. Let's do this Dave Kowalski basic. Okay, we are going to generate percussion instruments that way. We are looking for a clave this time. Okay, so this is a song clave. Now, all we have to do is just press record and just apply a clave beat. So the clave track is armed. We've got the levels and everything. Now all we have to do is just record, and let's record the introduction. All right, we have it. Now I get very inspired by this clave. So why don't we load that track named Clave with other percussion instruments? So let's just search for something what makes sense. We have it. We don't have to be perfect with it today, but okay, so our kind of the drum family, the beat family kind of expands upon different layers. If I go to all the tracks and mute the drum set, look. Very nice, right? It's already expands to that pulse, what we are seeking for. Let's search for congas. Here we go. So now I could definitely pretend to play something like this. But since I'm not a conga player, I can generate this kind of help from the Easy Drummer percussion section. So for the purpose of this video, we are going to main, and instead of on the percussion, we are rolling back to congas. Okay? Name it congas. Congas, beautiful. After congas, we just open the window and we generate Cuban percussions. Could be Latin percussions. Okay, so now I will go to browser. And this is the moment when things are getting more interesting. Now, instead of imitating with my fingers a conga player, I'm gonna search for samples of sentences established by conga players for me. So I'm looking for Latin Cuban drums, Latin Cuban percussions, congas. All right, 4/4 beat. And we've got a selection of different congas. Let's just select 3 congas. All right. The tempo is synchronized with MPC, so would I play it? I don't know if you noticed, but our drum set is still muted. So I'm trying to find a pulse, what speaks to us as organic, to material we already pre-recorded it. Alright, so I measure the samples based on our recording. And I'm gonna hit the play. So I interview different samples. I like the second one. It goes against that Clave. Let's listen. All right, we like it. So look what happened. What I love about this Easy Drummer thing, we talked about it in a drum section video. There's a song creator underneath right here. When I click on it, I can drag this sample into this MIDI drop zone right here. All right, so this computer is gonna load this, and then based on that sample, it basically comes up with different suggestions towards the verse, towards the introduction, towards the fills. It's got the similar feel, so I can just grab into the music piece we just created. Our introduction got 16 measures. From my understanding, the intro could sound like this. Or like this. Or like this. Too much? Okay, let's stick to first one, and I'm gonna drop it. So this pattern is gonna be played for the next 4 bars. Okay? Now, we don't want to go for chorus or verse right now, because everything here, it's about the introduction. So we want to continue, but also we want to change some things. Yeah, so let's just, in the second part of our intro, we are going to slightly change the rhythm of our playing. Now, there are some fills. All right, so let's just put this in the end of the first phrase, 8 bars phrase, and okay, in the end. Here we go. 16 bar. Okay, so let's just take a listen. And it will change slightly. Comes to an end. Fill. Okay. Okay, we don't like it. Remove. Remove. Beautiful. And add. Okay. Excellent. So now let's listen with other instruments. So this is good enough for the purpose of this video. Of course, I could dive into more specific, details regarding that instrument and make some tweaks and adjustments towards my liking. Now, all we have to do is just grab the whole thing, just select all, and grab it and bring it to MPC software. So now we have to unfortunately select the whole thing, and now we have to go to our introduction, find the track called Congas, and just drop it. Now we should hear it. Okay, so look, if I erase this whole sentence from Easy Drummer window, it's gone. Okay, I closed the whole thing. Okay, Easy Drummer did its work. It's still connected to that track, but I'm gonna hear the sample and reaction from MPC. Yeah, let's record this overdub. Excellent. So as you see, beautiful. All right. So now our introduction got spiced by adding a congas and percussion instrument. So now all we have to do is just unmute the drum set and you should experience unmute the whole thing from play from start. You got the idea, okay? And of course, the music is built from blocks. There's layers. So, for example, I don't need to use the congas right away. Look, I could very easily delete the conga part during the first 8 bars to make a contrast of the second one. No congas, just percussion instruments and the drum set. You've got some clave, shakers, etc. Now look, we're going to add the congas after this. And there. Okay, so that's the contrast we just created. Of course, we don't have to do that, but this is what we have so far, okay? You want to build the music for the listener's ear in a way that it's building up, it's exciting, and you want to continue kind of experiencing it. Okay, so this is the intro. When we go to the verse, we just realize that we have to kind of do it again. Beautiful. Let's see which one it's gonna be better. Okay, let's just we are going to mute the drum set, if you don't mind. If I play very delicate, that should do. I build the intensity. Okay, overdub. This will do. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed, but I try to like respond to the previous material, right? So the musicians, they build the music, I try to go with it and make some adjustments based on what I hear. All right, for fun, let's use a triangle. Okay? Let's see what happens. Overdub, and of course, this is what we have so far. So I'm gonna leave the triangle for later. So look, we are going to add the triangle now. Okay. So this is just the example of what else is possible. We want to be cohesive, but instead of introduction, we are going to generate a verse. All right, we like it. Just remember, we are dealing with 24 bars this time. So I don't have to, let's do repeat the verse twice, verse number 2 twice. Let's play it from the beginning. Okay, for the purpose, let's mute our percussion instruments. So now we can hear what the conga actually does. Let's do a fill 2 in the end of... Okay, so this is too much. We're going to remove it and extend our previous phrase. Let's concentrate on phrases first. Let's continue with the phrase 2. Excuse me. And of course, I don't have to be limited by their choices. I can go for search and basically search what speaks to me in a different way. So I don't have to stick to those references. Since we are building, let's do a Oh, I love it. Pre-chorus, open. Let's repeat it the same thing. Let's delete this, remove. We are going to add bridge and then something different. Let's we don't like it. Pre-chorus. Okay. Excellent. Nice. Okay, and one fill. Let's use it, see what happens. Oh, this conga pattern is very nice. Okay, so this and it's quite too much. Yeah, let's see what happens. 23. I can always change. Okay, beautiful. And just remember, I can always change you know, inside the track, certain elements. Now we are dragging it into MPCX. And of course, it's asking us to create a new sequence, which we don't want. For some reason, it's happening over and over again. Let's generate that sequence. Under that sequence, under the track number 1, we will have all the essence of our playing with the congas. They start manifesting right here. Okay? So this is our playing. When we hit play, okay, you don't hear anything but the congas right now. I dragged the whole musical idea into MPC software. MPC software decides to save it under a new sequence. Under the new sequence, there's nothing else but that percussion instrument. So now, for some reason, I have to copy, the whole thing, and then go to sequence, what makes sense to me, sequence number 2, which stands for verse, find the track, what we call congas, and then drop it in place. So I'm working twice as hard than I should. Okay, so when we hit the play, now congas become a part of the whole arrangement. Okay, so I don't know why I can't just drop it directly to the track I want without creating a new sequences. So that's my mystery. If you have any ideas, please share it with us, because I would love to know. All right, look, we've got congas, we've got percussion instruments in the verse and also in the introduction. Now it's nothing left but to play the whole thing. S1. Before we do that, I want to unleash, if you don't mind, congas with percussion instruments first, no drum set. Okay, now we're going to spice things up by adding a drum set. And voila, we've got congas, we've got percussion instruments, shakers, clavers, etc. We've got acoustic bass, piano, and a bunch of guitars. Okay? All right, so look, now we go to next sequence, and we've got, and this is very interesting. What we care about is the sequence called introduction and sequence called verse. Our MPC and MPCX created for us additional sequences, and these sequences include our conga pattern in a verse and conga pattern in an introduction, or introduction and then verse, right? So they created like additional sequences for us, and we are still kind of curious why. So now let's listen it with the drum set. Okay, so the drum set is more spacious, right? The percussions kind of make it tighter. There is like a pulse coming from that section, and the drum set plays more open, more vulnerable, more melodic. Remember, we erased the conga playing for the first 8 bars. Next verse will show up. Not yet. Now conga pattern in the introduction. Now into the verse. 6, 7. Back to the introduction. 5, 6. different vibe. No congas. Music breathes. All right. These new machines, the plugins, the possibilities, endless possibilities, give me this extra new, fresh excitement and perspective. The time I spent in the recording studio gives me this wonderful feeling of fulfillment. Okay? Do I care if this music is gonna see the light of day? It would be nice, but the purpose is that this music makes me a richer. It means I express myself through the tone, through the sound, spend time with myself, generate that connection with my spirit, and allow myself to kind of meditate in a way through that process. Meditation is extremely important because it allows you to connect with something greater than ourselves. One of the connections what comes to mind is to connecting to another instrument. When we jam, and I'm a bass player, I try to connect to the piano player. Piano player, hopefully it's gonna kind of try to relate to me as well. So we create that unique situation that in a very present moment we feel each other. And I think that's the value. I try to recreate the same scenario when I'm by myself in a recording studio, kind of protecting to be a guitarist or piano player, bass player. But the idea stays similar. We would love to hear from you about your own process. What makes you exciting about the music? What makes you make music? And yeah, just share your story with all of us. Next time when we see each other, we're going to try to close that chapter, what we call Bossa Nova, rhythm section recording session, by introducing some synth, which hopefully is gonna kind of deliver that fresh, modern element into our sound. And back to the introduction.